Ha. Hello the peoplies of the web, my name is MaryKangel234 and welcome back to the channel. Anyways, today I'm going to show you how to be looking more masculine. Whether you're doing this for a costume or whether you're just doing this in your day-to-day life because you need to look a little more masculine. I'm here. I'm here to help you, hopefully. Just note that this works on my face shape the best. If you have a different face shape to me, it might not look the best on you. Not to say that it won't look good or anything, because I'm sure you are amazing at makeup. I'm just saying, different face shapes bring out different parts of what you need to change. So what I change on me, you might need to not change on you, or you need to go a little harder with that change, if that makes any sense. But basically, play around with makeup, see what works best for you, and hopefully you get to a point where you're just like, hell yeah, that is exactly how I would like to look when I am portraying myself more masculine. And that's hopefully what this video will help you do. Alright, so I've already put on foundation. I didn't do anything other than that. I forgot to do the color corrector. So hopefully you don't see too much of my redness through my face. But I think it's pretty except for that one spot right there, and then you can kind of see the edges. Other than that, pretty good. If you don't know, if you haven't seen this channel yet, hi, I'm MK, I have eczema on my face, which makes makeup a little interesting sometimes, we'll say. Alright, I'm gonna put on some chapstick real quick, because I'm from the north, and the cold weather makes your lips a little more chapped than they would be usually. Alright, so basically what I'm going to be using is concealer. I'm going to be using concealer, contour, liquid contour, black kind of eye cream, and then a palette full of browns. Browns and shadows. And hopefully it comes out with something a little good. So, just this is gonna be basic makeup kind of dealio too. Dang it, I just got it on my pants. Well, that's okay. Basically, after your foundation, after you got you covered, you want to make sure that the highest parts are coming out more, and then the lower parts are going in more. And for a guy, okay, so for a girl versus a guy, a girl will have more rounded features, and you would want to round out your jawline and round out your cheeks. But for a guy, we want to make them more, or for being more masculine, you want to make them more angled and sharp. Sharpen up your details and make everything look a little more sunken in, because usually on a guy, or someone who is more masculine, they have more defined jaw, more defined jaws for one, and then sometimes on a lot of people, or at least the ones that I am going to be basing my look off of, their cheeks are a little more defined and more sharpened, and so is their nose. And then also, their eyes are a little more sunken into the head, instead of being all bright and out there and looking all pretty. But first we're gonna take concealer, as I took out before, and we're gonna just do triangles. I like to make triangles because they are very, prominent shapes. So basically, triangle-ish shape. You don't have to be exact, because, it all goes back to, getting blended in, basically. But this is just what I like to do. Not to mention, because I have eczema on my face, It makes me feel like I'm covering it up a little more. And then I also like to put my chin a little further out. Again, this is more like based off people, because like best way to do this is looking at like masculine people that you find attractive, seeing what parts of their face are more sunken in or more brought out, and copying that, or copying it as best as you can onto your face. Alright. And then forehead. So that's going to be my concealer. And then this is LiQWYD, like, cream stick contour. By oh god, I almost got that on my pants again. My pants are gonna be ruined because I am a klutz. Alright, so I like to put, like, deep temple marks. So, like, putting your temples and just shading those in, basically. So, yeah. And then bringing a line up a little bit. I don't like to go all the way around the forehead. Some people do. Then I come around, and I make sure I make, like, a pretty straight line. And then another pretty straight line across. And then I go under the chin. And then come out, and then another, like, pretty straight line down. And then connect it. And then I also like to contour the neck. So going down, like, where you can feel, like, your neck coming out. You do, like, the sides, and then, if you want, you see, like, that bone that just, like, kind of went up and then went down. I like to put a little shadow under it, so that it looks more like a, like an Adam's apple. And then I put some around the nose, and we're going to buff everything in. Okay, so now, I like to pat in the, parts that come out a little more, and then I like to rub in the contour. That's just my style of doing makeup, but, like, obviously, you don't have to do that. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna give myself a little bit more of a cheekbone, so I'm gonna come in just a small bit. If you want to find out where your cheekbones are, mine are kind of, like, really there. Like, you could definitely see my cheekbones, like, you can see that angle already. But if you want to find yours, just suck in your cheeks and make a line. And done. So it's going to come out a little more. And I like to drag it down or drag it back up. See, and now I'm, like, looking well defined, to say the least. I also look very pale. I think I put a little too much concealer on, but we're gonna hushity hush about that one. Okay, so now I have, like, this fluffy brush, and you could add some blush during this part, like on your nose and then a little on your cheeks, just to make yourself look a little less dead than I am. But, like, I really don't care. So I'm gonna skip that part. I'm going to go in with, like, a pretty, like, light shade of brown. It looks so much darker on there, jeez. I'm gonna go in with, like, a lighter shade, or lighter shades of brown, and, like, deafen my cheekbones a little bit, and then under my jaw, so we'll do that. And you want to go from the outside to the inside, so that the darker, because if, like, you messed up and you put it, like, on the inside first, it's going to look like, the inside is more darker than the outside, which that's usually not the case. You can do that, but, you know, up to you. Whatever you find best works. Whatever best works for you. There we go. I got it eventually. See, I'm learning how to speak like a proper person. Alright. Now I'm gonna go in with, like, a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go around my nose. So I usually start with like the most inner corner and then I work upward and then it goes into my eye shape. A little harsh. Alright, and now I'm going to like sink in my eyes a little bit by putting like that light-ish brown underneath my eyes and then a little bit coming out. So like, you'll see what I mean. Alright, and then I'm going to go in and like sink my eyes down by putting in the crease another like a little bit darker brown so like they just get swunk. Alrighty. And then what you can also do is like, you see how like I have, it's very easy to see this on my face. Some people you might not see it as much, but like you have like a little bit of a line connecting. If you want to go around your chin a little bit to like more define that, you can. Again, different face shapes. You can just define different things with shadows and lighting. So like if you want a more prominent chin, you go around like this circle bit right here. You can kind of like, if you jet out your chin, you can feel like the bone specifically. It's basically like right under your mouth and then you just draw like a little bit of an oval. If you want a cleft chin, you just take like a flat brush, like a pretty flat brush, and then you find like the middle of your chin, which should be like, if you draw like a line down your nose, you can find that center point for your chin. And you just take like a dark blush, I meant like a dark shadow, and you just make like a little bit of a line. And you draw it in. Usually I use my finger to like buff it out a little bit. If you want, you can use like a different brush. And now you get a chin, got a butt chin, you got a butt chin. I love cleft chins. I like how I love it. I know this video you can't really see much, but like hopefully you can see a little bit of like the difference. Yeah, I'm gonna actually, and then you could stop at this step and just be like done with the entire look, but what I like to do is I like to do my eyebrows, but that's also because like I really don't have, like my eyebrows are a lot lighter than like my actual hair, so I go in with black and I make my eyebrow. Again, different eyebrow shapes, look it up, but like basically like a more masculine way to draw an eyebrow is very square and sharp and just kind of juts out. Like they're very thick, and a lot of them don't really have arches to them, and if they do, they're very like small. So that's what I'm gonna start out with, is just putting that right there. And then I take like the flat brush again and I like to make the shapes more defined. See, and that's what you're gonna do. And on here, my eyebrows are never going to be the same. Symmetry is not my forte, I will say. Ah! That rhymed! Oops. That's alright. And let me just say, I have been doing this style of makeup for literal years. So if you don't get it the first time, don't be like, I'm never gonna get it, because you will eventually. It takes practice like everything else. You just need to figure out what you think looks best on you, figure out, and maybe there are other tutorials that would be better for you that just aren't this one. But this one is a starting point at the very least. I figured out why my eyebrows don't look super symmetrical. This one needs to be a bit higher. Did that help? Not really. Oh no. And see, like, even though I've been doing this kind of makeup for like years now, I'm still not perfect at it, obviously. It's just sometimes sometimes. Anyways, and if you wanted to, there are like tutorials on how to make like mustaches and beards to make your face appear more masculine. I didn't do that on here, but my favorite style is just like the really stupid like like the French one. I think that one looks best on my face shape. Some people might like having a beard, like a little bit of a wispier, not a wispy beard, but like a not like a full beard. I don't know what the term is. I'm sorry. Anyways, I hope this tutorial had helped you in some sense of the form. Hopefully, just hopefully it helped you. Anyways, the peoplies of the web, please like, comment, and subscribe on any of my videos. If you do choose to subscribe, please hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I make a video. Next week's video has something to do with this makeup, so you'll find out real soon. Anyways, goodbye the peoplies of the web.